Hello, Sagittarius, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I certainly appreciate both your viewership as well as your subscriptions. Okay, so what I like to do in this reading is to focus solely on your sexual life, or for some of you, lack thereof. All right, I'm going to make this reading valid until the end of June so that it gives you time with which to work with the energies. Okay, always remember nothing is written in granite. So it usually only takes you changing your actions should you desire a different outcome. Okay? Rest assured, ladies and gentlemen, that this is a general reading, and as such, it certainly will not and may not resonate with each and every one of you out there. But for those for whom this reading is meant, I certainly hope that it offers you the valuable insight that you're seeking. Okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go on and just shuffle up and dive right on into this reading with both feet. And we're going to start off, ladies and gentlemen, by just sharing with you what I'm seeing as the prevailing theme, or what this reading really is all about. And then we're going to revisit your past, fast forward you to the present, okay? And then I'll share with you what I'm seeing as potential pitfalls or challenges, all right? And then, ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you practical advice, all right, to help you along the way. And then I will share with you what I'm seeing as hitting, of which you might not be cognizant at this time, and a probable outcome, once again, should you continue on as you are. If this reading does in fact resonate, please be sure, ladies and gentlemen, to give it a big thumbs up. Share it with others to whom you think might benefit, and be sure to press that subscription button, okay? So, all right, now let's go on and just get started here with this reading. I'm going to select a few cards here from the bottom of the deck here in order to see what Spirit is really trying to tell me here, and then we're going to move right along into the various positions that I've explained from the onset here. All right. So we have, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Knight of Airs here. Okay. We have the Two of Airs. Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, we have the Chariot. All right. Okay, I just want to make sure that you guys are able to see the cards here, the symbolism here in these cards here. All right. So let's just start off by just looking here at we have the center card here. Let me just pull it up. The Two of Airs. All right. So I feel many of you kind of started to be a bit more realistic, seeing the reality of your situations, particularly when it comes to your sex life. And it looks like that many of you have taken or made an effort to kind of release being indecisive about things, and you started making changes, or you're realizing that changes are something that you might need to make. Okay, I feel just by looking at these cards here, particularly this center card, that you really appear to be very it seems like it's conflicting to me, because on the one hand you seem content, but I feel that you are discontent. Okay, and one of you seems to feel as if you are being smothered here. So perhaps the two of you might be having communication problems, I'm getting, which is causing a strain on your sex life that I'm feeling here. I'm feeling very strongly here about that. Okay. Now let's just look at the card here. Where is my one? I just had, okay. We have the Chariot there, and of course that represents an air sign. So we have the Chariot that represents a water sign. So normally it represents a Cancer. So I feel that at one point it looks like you felt very happy and connected to this person, and kind of felt your situation, well, your situation was in fact moving fast here that I'm getting, you know, and you were hoping that it could reach the level of an established union. I'm kind of getting here. Okay. I'm also seeing here that here alternative or however that it looks like that you still had second thoughts about this person. Perhaps you and the person had, I'm seeing sex in cars, I'm seeing sex in buses, planes, and just a lot of risk taking type behavior that I'm seeing that you had with this person. Or this could have been a long distance type connection here. Okay? And then if we move right on along, move right over to our right here, we have excuse me, we have that Knight of Airs. And of course, once again, that represents an air sign here. And so what I'm getting with that is that although adaptable and aggressive here, this is an air sign again that I'm picking up. This person didn't show the affection and the compassion you wanted, I'm kind of getting. And it looks like this person seems to simply having just been determined to kind of just have sex with you, I'm feeling. And because I'm seeing a lot of betrayal, a lot of jealousy and trust issues surrounding your situation here. And I feel that he or she appears to be afraid of intimacy. I also see someone having sex via the internet. It could be a webcam, a phone sex lines, or even sending and receiving nude photos that I'm getting here. And this person appears to be slightly younger than you that I'm seeing. All right? Sagittarius, if this reading is resonating, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Share it with others to whom you think might benefit, and be sure to press that subscription button, okay? So let's go on and just choose a card to represent your past here. We have the Eight of Airs. As you can see here, you have a lot of air energy in your reading, along with that water card there. So this already showing me now that there's a lot of conflict that's, surrounding your situation due to the presence of the air here. A lot of arguments and things that are going on here that I'm kind of feeling. All right, and you just look at your past here. I feel that many of you not only battled fears, but you felt very stuck and trapped in your situation, and this might have um, I'm seeing someone who loved to have sex in the dark rather than in the light, and didn't really want to try new things or new positions that I'm getting. It could either be you or the person with whom you were involved. I also see an affair that kind of cropped up, and a lot of dishonesty here. Okay, and because it seems like one of you held your emotions back. I'm kind of getting. Let's fast forward now to the present to see what we have. Once again, another air sign. So you have a predominance of air here, so it's certainly a lot of conflict, distress, and problems surrounding sex here that I'm getting. Because now, excuse me, during this in the present here, I kind of see you trying to really establish harmony in your life by distancing yourself by, things that really, or people pretty much who haven't been serving your needs here. You know, I'm seeing you're trying to move away from troubled waters, if you will. Okay. And I'm seeing that it looks like one of you might be over intellectualizing matters quite a bit. You know, I'm also feeling too that when it comes to sex, cleanliness is certainly a factor for many of you prior to engaging. Okay, and it appears to be, from what I can see here, most of you have made a decision mentally that it's time for you to make a very, very, very decision, and the decision has to be between two or more people here that I'm kind of getting. Now, I feel that there might be a chance that you can improve things if the communication improves, but if it doesn't, you're gonna have to make a decision. I feel that many of you are gonna have the opportunity again to engage in some type of risky behavior, sex outside, or you're gonna have an opportunity to get with or meet someone new. Or as I said, you're gonna have to make a decision about leaving a relationship that's not really working for you. All right. Keep in mind, Sagittarius, if this reading is resonating, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Share it with others to whom you think might benefit, and be sure to press that subscription button, okay? So let's see what might come as a potential challenge for you, or challenges that might crop up. Wow, this is major. You have the death card there. So a Scorpio might be challenging to you, or in fact, the greatest challenge of this card is really clinging to the past and not allowing yourself to be open for change, okay? Because change is going to be thrust upon you whether you want it to happen or not. Or just simply being stubborn, or not just letting go, letting God, okay? Let's move right along and give you some practical advice regarding your situation, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Knight of Fires. So we have some fire energy that's cropped in here, okay? So certainly a new beginning surrounds you, and it could in fact be a younger fire sign person. You know, Spirit wants you, Sagittarius, to have confidence in yourself. But again, I have to say it again. You're going to have to make a decision here that what's this is kind of showing me here. All right. Now let's go on and just take a quick peek, ladies and gentlemen, to see what might be hidden, ladies and gentlemen, of which you are not cognizant of at this time here. Okay. We have, wow, the Knave of Fire. So once again, we have fire energy there. And once again, we have a younger person. So this is this is a card is almost like